It's the JT Cho Show!
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, boy, let's fucking go! I gotta act like I've been here before, I keep forgetting that.
Welcome back to another episode of the JT Show. I'm your host, JT. Today is the 15th of April. Wow, we're halfway through April today, and it's the 73rd episode of the JT Show. Thanks for the continued support, all that jazz. I've been twitching lately, been working, been, trying to figure out my basement. My hair is a mess. I cut it, I know. But we're just here to update you about, what's going on and, how we've been doing. Comedy wise, I might be performing on Tuesday the 20th in Battle Creek, Michigan. So it's kind of a toss up. I think they give the lineups out a couple days before, so I won't know who gets picked, but cross my fingers for that. They're setting up a new system for submitting your name in the hat for different events that they have, so hopefully that in the near future lets me know when events I can sign up for, which will be good because the more practice, the more better. Video game wise, we'll update on Outriders and how I feel about it so far. We'll talk about Dr. Disrespect's book today. I think we're going to start with that subject. So let's just get right into it and we'll see where it goes. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Dr. Disrespect. He's only the number one entertainer in the world. I mean, I know there are certain people that get like better views or more views. Sorry, I'm moving this so it's out of the frame without giving too much shadow. But I'm not doing a very good job at it. There, that works out fine. I'm working in a low budget studio, so if you're listening, I'm moving around a light, but the mic perfectly blocks it out anyways. But hey, that's just the kind of studio that I have. But so far through Dr. Disrespect's book, and I've never written a book, and I don't know if I have enough talent to write a book, but congratulations on writing a book. He's been teasing throughout this book of like his whole entire like process, like of how I was hoping it'd be more insightful at this point while reading it. And what I mean by like that is when you read the book, I was hoping for more of like, hey, more factual things of things that happened in my life. And I know he's writing it in the style of Doc, and Doc's a made up character and he's kind of doing this really cool universe thing, but I was hoping the book would be a little bit more insightful, but that's really the only I'm not going to call it complaint, but personal gripe that I have from the Dr. Disrespect book, Speed, Violence, Momentum. So but I picked it up off of Amazon day one. It got delivered to the house. So overall, like, it's still a doctor. It reads just like he talks. So if you like watching Dr. Disrespect and the way that he's like his mannerisms and his yes and everything that he does, this book will read exactly like he talks. I have a phone call. Let me cut this. Anyways, yeah. So Doc's book. Overall, I was hoping to get more out of it, but the books that I have to read coming up, The War of Art is definitely my next book. I'm going to finish a non-fictional book that I'm reading. A fictional book that I'm reading on the side. I still have The Zodiac Killer, but I don't want to read that one in public. Because if you look at me, like, look at this guy, and he's reading The Zodiac Killer, and he's by himself, and he's a white male with a mustache. He's a ginger, so he's probably been beat up. I'm a little nervous. He's making me a little nervous around here. So I'm going to read that book. I've seen the movie. That's why I bought the book. I bought a paperback edition real cheap. So I do have some books to read. And then once I knock out probably two of those books, because The War of Art, I'm going to take notes on as well for my craft. But once I get done reading those two books, we're going to read a book with a friend and then we're going to come on the show and we're going to talk about it. So we're going to announce that when we're going to start reading the book. So if you viewers at home want to possibly read the book, and then, we're going to give ourselves a timeline, and that's going to be Gare Bear's first time on the show. It was his idea. It was a great idea. Like I said, I'm almost through Doc's book. It's not a hard read. It's a very easy read. There's some big words. What I do like is his references are very heavily from the 80s. I know he's older than I am, but he's still faster, smoother. He's better at the game. Can't keep up with the speed of Doc. Neither can my mustache. It doesn't even have a sick nickname yet. But I got a lot of books to read, which is nice. I don't have that dumb puzzle to do anymore. But, my life's been very busy, helping out Joe, moving fences, running, which, by the way, I'm almost at 100 miles. I'm at 86 miles. Took today off because it was snowing and raining and windy, and it was bonkers, man. So I didn't run today. And I'm going to run tomorrow for sure. Hopefully another 5. I'm hoping for 6, but maybe I can push it to 7. It depends how early I wake up. Tomorrow is a work day, so it just depends how early I wake up and motivate myself to get out there and run. My diet, it's been so. I've been staying away from pop, which is good. Still drinking a little bit, a few too many energy drinks here and there, like on my days of work. I always get 0 sugar, but they're still bad for you. So I still have to confirm with Cut. I don't know if he's going to do it. Last year was kind of a throwaway, or maybe it was November. It was October. October last year was kind of a throwaway, but definitely do a Miracle May again. I'm definitely going to, clean up my diet, cut out fast food, period. And really eat clean. I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he had one comedian on there. Can't remember her name, but she lost all this weight and she cut out sugar and wheat, and sugar and flour. So I love my carbs, and I'm going to be running a lot. So, I know there's healthy carbs, like, oh, you could be eating broccoli and all this bullshit. Okay, yeah, I do eat my vegetables. I don't eat enough, but eventually I will, drop a little bit more weight while I'm still running. When it comes to May, I should have a new pair of running shoes by then. So, that's another thing that I like to review, are running shoes. I've been on Nike Free Knits for probably the last 5 years. I really enjoyed them. I had a pair of Brooks before that, the Brook Ghost 2s, I think. They were all right. Brooks is a good company, just that shoe specifically, I don't know, just gave me blisters. But I'm on the Free Knits right now. I like them, but I can tell that they're, I should get a pair of shoes soon so I can break them in properly by walking around in them. Taking the dogs on walks, things that they like to do. That's how I break in my running shoes. I always walk at least, I've done the day one thing where you just get them day one, put them on, and go for a run. But I've also had a pair where I walked 12 miles in before I started running in them, so I broke them in. But there's a million ways to skin a cat, so you can break in shoes however you want. A little trick for hockey for skates is you can bake them in the oven. You can ruin your skates, but it's a process. You can do it. It's just you got to know what you're doing. So, so my running's to be taken off. I'm gonna start doing. I did 8 miles yesterday. My thought process was, let's run 8 miles. If I can't get to the halfway point by 40 minutes, I'm going to be running for an hour and 20, and that's, not good. I have an 8:38 pace. Realistically, for me to want to run a marathon, I would like to get my pace time down another minute. I would like to get it to 7:30. That way you can push an extra mile in that first hour. So then you're going to run about a 3.5 hour marathon. And I don't want to run for more than 4. It's a lot. So I'm saying, in the next month and a half, I'm going to hopefully run 17 miles. It's from my house to my parents' house. So, I'll run that down the street, start early in the morning, go over there, maybe drop off some clothes, then, have clothes to wear back, shower over there, the whole 9 yards. So by the time I come back to my house, nice and clean, and I'm ready for a nap, because that's exactly what I'll do. So that's coming up, but I'm really gonna start putting miles in. If I push a marathon, then I have to promote the JT Show somehow. Get viewers turned in. But running has definitely become a heavier part of my life, and it's kind of therapeutical. It's kind of like it's a form of meditation because it's almost like you're challenging yourself. Because I start off the first mile, I'm just running, feeling out my pace. Am I running too hard? How's my breathing? I haven't really attacked a run this year. I haven't like attack, 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 attack. I'm tired, recovery, second wind, go. That's how I like to run. But I've been cruising on diesel mode. Not a bad pace, 8:38 for 8 miles. That's not bad. But I don't push myself in the first mile. I've been feeling how I feel. I'll just run, right? And I'll just kind of let that pace take itself. I feel good right now. And then as soon as the first mile flashes, I'll say maybe I can go a little bit faster, and I'll start dropping it. Lately, it's been going like your first mile pace is what it is. What it is. I bump it up a little bit. From after the fourth mile, it kind of goes up a little, up in time. Adds more minutes or seconds. Like I go from a 8:07 pace back to an 8:34 pace. Because I'm tired and uphill and things like that. So as I'm running, I get to 4 miles, finally at the top of this hill almost. So I ran a little bit past it, so I didn't, have to exactly run back to my house. So I can, walk at least. I usually walk around a quarter of a mile at least after I run. So, but as you're running, as you're hitting mile 3, you're like, you're like, oh man, I'm tired. You can turn around and do 6, man. And realistically, once I get past 5 or 6 miles, then it's just all how's my body feeling. My quad got a little tired at the end. My upper left quad, I was just stretching it as I could when I was running. Give it a good rub down. um, but I'm starting to get in running shape. I just need a better diet. That's where Miracle May will come in, and maybe I'll get another haircut. But the haircut, people did ask, and I know they answered it, but I got stage time, so I wanted them to look a little cleaner. So I went down to a spot in Jackson. They cut it up. I like it. It's a little messy right now, but it's my day off. Uh, didn't really do anything on my day off. I didn't go to the store. Uh, I was gonna eat out, man. Oh, let me tell you, man. I just wanted to order a pizza tonight, like super hard, and I was even on the app store looking at their deals, and I said, "No, you don't need it." So I turned off my phone, and I try my hardest not to eat like junk food. Like I do have these new chips. They're habanero lime chips. They're great. They're one of my favorite new chips. Not too much heat, so I'll probably plow through some of those. But tomorrow I am gonna run again. I have this idea that I want to do for my 1,000 mile club. So what I'm gonna do is um, through the Apple app, I'm going to screenshot every single workout that I logged with my Apple Watch. Um, so every time I run a series of miles, I'm going to screenshot and print that off into like 4x6 photos or even smaller. Then I'm going to take all those photos and I'm going to put it on the wall behind me. And then I'm going to step in front of the pictures and take a picture of the 1,000 Mile Club. And I'm still going to keep the blue shoes, uh, the Nike free knits that I have right now, just so you can see that hey, I went through 2 pairs of shoes doing this, possibly 3. Depending on how much you spend, shoes last. I mean, I believe 400 to 600 miles. Some performance shoes are better than others, but I find a good pair of running shoes usually lasts around 400 to 500 miles. Just I always check the bottom wear and tears. So you got to listen to your body. I didn't really get shin splints this time. There's still a lot of time for shin splints because I'm still not like in peak runner's condition. When I'm in peak runner's condition, it'll be the mentality of like attack the first mile, 7:34 pace. Now we're settling back to a 7:45 pace. Okay, that's a little slower. So basically, now we're comfortable at a 750 pace, and then let's try to maintain that. So once that mentality gets a little bit locked into me, then I'll start crushing it. What I want to do is eventually, I'm going to say in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to go out and run 10 miles in one day. I want to give myself a day off the next day, and then, or maybe even just run like a slow 4. But I want to do like a timed 4K, timed 5K. So just go out and run 3.2 miles and see what my time can be as fast as it can go. But it just all takes mental discipline, and when you run, it's just like I said, you're arguing with yourself, you're testing your limits, and then you kind of hit that runner's high. You hit that like, hey, sorry, Cora's. If you're on the radio and you're listening, Cora is she has got a little corner to hide in, and the cat's playing, and Cora's not. Hey, baby girl, you're okay. Yeah, she's just a little scared right now. Thor's chilling. Pet update. Cora's doing good. Thor's great. Harrison's meowing, scratched me the other day. But hey, it's been a great time. That's a great pet update. It's brought to you by this sponsor. I don't have sponsors yet, but you know where I'm going. The game Outriders. Let's talk about it. I've been blasting through with her, having a great time, cruising through the game. It kind of has like a Destiny grind to it, like I've said, but it has the mechanics of Gears, and it kind of has a little hint of Division. But as Gary and I discovered last night, now starts to get to the grind that I love. And here's what that is. We accepted a side quest. We're playing a side quest. We picked up a bounty, like a wanted poster. Like, oh, cool. Like we did the bounty, which is, go round up this guy and kill him. Finished him off, took the flag back, picked up a beast hunt. So now, like, it gives you that, like, Monster Hunter vibe, like, got to kill this giant creature, and then got to take out this bounty system. So as you're getting more gear and you're unlocking more side quests, you're doing additional side quests given to you by those two people. So now you're getting that grind that you got so much shit to do that you don't got time to do it, but you love doing it. And the connection level's all right. We've been kicked still. There was an update today. I haven't played it as of April 15th, but there have still been issues. Sometimes the game's laggy. There's a lot that still needs to be cleaned up, but it's still better than day one. It's hard. I know it takes time to polish, but this game needs to do it faster than the other games do to show that it really gives a shit. Because those other games are polished now. Destiny 2, I was watching Jeff play it. It's polished. It's a polished game. Fortnite is what it is. It's a polished format. Apex, very polished. Great customer feedbacks for patch notes. They look at wins, losses, death boxes, forums. They've cleaned it up. So when a new game comes that has the potential to bring viewers back over and over and over, if it doesn't work, people throw it away. Cyberpunk is so hard for me to play right now. They just had another big update, but these games right now have my attention. So I'm going to beat a few more games in between going back and finishing Cyberpunk. I might lie to you and play Cyberpunk tonight. I haven't decided yet. Might play some 2K, might play some golf, might hit up Care Bear. That's undecided. But I have been twitching. I've been having a great time with Twitch. I moved over from Tippy Stream to Lightstream for my emojis. So, or my little gifts at play. So I've fixed that issue. So that's a good thing. So I've been cleaning that up. But studio basement update. I think what I'm gonna do is really get the glue off of one half, call a carpet company, just lay carpet on the second half, right to like the edge of a wall. So now my basement will be half carpeted, and then it will be half carpeted, and it'll be half cement, and then I'll have a little mini home gym in it, but the studio part will sit on the carpet part as well. So, I'm gonna have to pay some money to come in and drop a internet dial-up thing downstairs, but it'll get done. It'll just take a minute. It'll look sweet because then I'll have like I don't want to do the invisible background thing. I'm gonna build a studio kind of like this. I'm gonna involve my pop figures and all that other junk that I like. Really kind of make it my own little territory. So when I move the basement, when I move to the basement, that's where the podcast studio is going to be. That's where because I'm going to set up like the little chair area for my podcast. Maybe even get some fake plants. That'd be hilarious. 2 birds. But and then make a picks thing as well. I'll set everything up downstairs, so it'll be easy to do. So just look forward to that. Yeah, that's all I got for that. Golf, by the way, if you see behind me. I went ahead. If you're listening, sorry, but if you're watching on YouTube, I got the this new grip. It's a fat grip for my putter, so it gives you. Oh man, it's just so soft. It's a grip that I've wanted for a while for my putter, but I got it and I finally took it to this place in Jackson. If I have any Jackson listeners, drop a comment for sure. LOL. But it's called Masked Golf, and they have tons of used golf clubs, cheap ones, old ones. Like pretty much, they could probably order you whatever you wanted for your price. But if you're looking just for your first set or something, that's a perfect place to go and just build a random set. So I bought 2 new. Well, used, but they're new to me, damn it. But I bought 2 used hybrids. One's a TaylorMade and one's a Cobra. I got a Cobra 3 and a TaylorMade 4. And the cool thing about it is that's still better of a quality of a club than the Golden Bear that I have. And I've had the Golden Bears for 12 years and I'm trading them in. So bought some new hybrids. I'm going to go back there and look for a nice new 3-wood. That way I can retire the 3-wood that also came with the same set. So that's exciting for me for golf. That essentially I might go back to that shop and see what kind of sand wedges they have too. But I'm not too picky on that. But my sand wedges and a Golden Bear, anyways. But yeah, my Golden Bear set's about to be officially retired, given to a friend. So that's pretty exciting for me. The other day in golf, I was explaining I was having a really good day and I blew it on one hole and it kind of mentally affected me. But a little bit more meditation to handle those pressure. It's not handling the pressure situation. It's just like the mentality of like, oh, I fucked up a shot, I suck, and just be more positive. I let the negativity get to me, but that's one of those things that you just got to work on. Golf's a mental game, they say it all the time, but I'm in my prime. Drilling the ball. I can't wait to play with my friends this season. I can't wait to play with Gary. I can't wait to play with Cut. I can't wait to play against my dad again. Can't wait to play with Earl. I'm gonna be golfing. It's gonna be golfing 2021. Oh, by the way, JT Show listeners, I had my first mask incident where this lady, I was walking out of work, and this lady with a big group of people who were walking into work were walking towards me, and I'm walking to my car, which is a little bit of a walk outside. But as soon as I leave my place of work, I take my mask off. And I'm walking outside, and she just goes, "Put a mask on," but I'm listening to a podcast. So I heard it, but it took me a second to register it. And then I was like, oh, she just said that. And I said, "I'm outside, but thank you." And I was just like, oh, that's all you got to say. Okay. You can be, no matter how you respond to them, if you say, "Hey, I'm outside," or "Shut up, I'm outside," she's going to come back with heat either way. So I just said, "I'm outside, thank you," because, hey, man, that's all you got to say. Just move on. I don't care what else. I just kept walking. She could have just turned around and like, blah, blah, blah. I just kept walking because I'm outside, minding my own business. I'm never going to talk to you again. I probably will never see you for a long time. So, Yeah, what a Debbie Downer. So just you move on, okay? It's in America where people want to yell at you and want to have authority over you because they watch the news and they think, oh, I have the facts, so I can shout and tell you to do things. Whatever. Just tell them thank you. Move on. Who cares? Just we don't gotta fight, push. We don't just thanks. Okay, thanks. Bye. See you later. But it is what it is. Had that experience though. I wanted to share that with you for sure. Um, Other than that, though, let's see. We're just going to keep it light for the 73rd episode of the JT Show. Again, I went over the format of when I'm by myself. If I want to talk for an hour, I will. If I have more interesting subjects to talk about, I can. But I feel like listen to me for under 30 minutes by myself, that's good. And when I bring guests on and we talk for a long time, hour and a half format. Hey, you be nice. But yeah, when I have somebody that I like talking to, I want those conversations to feel natural, okay? Because this is just a conversation. I was hearing the other day, starting a new podcast, if you just started right now, because there's over 1 million podcasts in the United States alone, in the world, I think. So I think there's 100 million. I think for every 3 people, 1 person is a podcast. So like you can't just be on me like, hey, it's me and my friend Hank talking about stuff. Well, this is kind of just like I said, this is kind of like therapy for me. It's kind of practice. It's hopefully, me telling you my story through failing or rising to where I want to be at with comedy. This is bringing you along for the ride. And if you fuck with it, you do. If you don't, you don't. So if you're one of my friends that watch it, thanks, man. Just you guys comment. You guys are fucking awesome. For the random people that I've met through Twitch and everything, you guys are great as well. You guys always like tell me stuff and hit me up, and I super appreciate that. But I don't want to sell out. I don't want to, oh my God, Joe Biden said this, and oh my God, can you believe this Lil Nas X video? I don't want to do that at all. No, I just don't. Ooh, catchy headline, shocking picture. I'm not here for the clickbait. As much as I want to sell out and try to get dirty viewers where they just like me because I'm trending, and I just can't do it. Like my mentality probably couldn't keep up with it. There's that new movie with Andrew Garfield about the streamer. Look it up, Google it. It looks pretty crazy, but people can be toxic. So take a deep breath, read a book, find out something about you. But thanks for listening, guys. This is the 73rd episode of the JT Show. Y'all have a blessed rest of the week. We're going to come at you hot next week. We're getting ready to do the picks edition of watching the NFL draft. I'm performing in Battle Creek at JB Whiskey's potentially on April 20th, whatever that means. And I will be at Wiley's Comedy Club in Ohio on the 25th of April. So if you're in any of those locations, let me know. I'll buy you a beer if you show up. Just tell me that you watched this episode. So you all have a blessed night. I'm out of here.